Alright, today we're going to fillet some fresh walleye. What I typically use in terms of tools to fillet a walleye would be a pair of latex gloves, a Normark filleting glove, Rapella filleting knife, a long blade for skinning the fish, and of course a nice sharpener. Fish is on a nice cutting board, got a very strong and sharp knife, and we want to cut along the back of the fish on this side of its back, trying not to cut through. You've got the vertebrae coming through here, and we want to make sure we're on one side of the vertebrae going this way, and again on this side later on. And I'll show you a little trick. I often like to start, you'll feel your knife cut through, and you can follow that lateral, or that vertebrae laterally. You can see there, this is actually the vertebrae here, and as I cut through, I'm following the spine of the fish, cutting right through. What I'll do is I'll just gently, hopefully you can see that, gently cut the fish through to about there, then leave it. Flip that fish over, leave that fillet on, cut a bit on an angle because there's lots of meat right behind its gills or head here. Again, we want to cut along this line on this side of the fish's spine. So let's see if we can show you that. Going through, carefully trying not to get through to the other side. I'm holding this blade vertically, not too high up this way, not too low this way, trying to follow that line. As I get through to the end, I poke it through, and again, horizontal blade following the spine. Now, again, I'm going to gently follow the rib cage here, and just using the tip of the knife, just gently following through. Once you get to this part of the rib cage, remember the rib cage bends in this way, it curves this way, so if you keep going through, you're just going to cut right through the meat. So at this point, I like to just gently go through the tips of the rib cage, yeah, just like that, and cut through the belly. That's your first side. Next side, same thing, very gently cutting through, and again following that rib cage. That's probably the most tricky part I find, is when you cut around that rib cage, and we don't want all the belly fat, so we're just going to go like that. Away with the fish. We got 2 fillets now that we're going to clear off. Now comes the skinning knife. I like to make sure that the key here is that that knife is basically parallel to this cutting board. Some people like to bend the knife. What you'll find is you're still going to miss meat on this side, and sometimes you'll cut through the skin here. What I like to do is just make sure that we start here, gently start your cut, and I take that tag and I hold that, and notice that my knife isn't over top, it's on the edge, so the whole edge is on the cutting board and on that skin, and I'm very lightly just pulling that flesh. I'm not even moving the skinning knife, and that's all I fillet.